In this tutorial video, we're going to go through how to set up your machine, material and tool database in EasyCarve. To see the option to edit the tool database, you will either need to click on an existing project or create a new project. So for this, I'm just going to click on one of the quick start projects here. And now you will see that we have an additional option in the top right corner of these three lines. Now, if we select this option here, this will take us to our machine and material setup, where we can manage machines, manage the materials and manage the tools. So you can see here we have a drop down of the machines that we currently have added to EasyCarve, and also a drop down of all the different materials we've added to EasyCarve. Now, the first option we're going to look at is the Manage Machines option. So if we select this option, we now can add a machine or edit an existing machine. So say you get a new machine or a second machine and you need to add it to EasyCarve, we can select the Add Machine option up here. Then we would need to select the manufacturer, the machine, and these will be filled in automatically depending on the machine we select. So for this example, I'm going to select a 2 trees machine, and I have got a 3018 model. So as you can see, the name has updated automatically with the width and height of my machine and has added the correct post processors for my machine setup. So in this example, this would be Gerbil. Now we do have an option where you can create a custom machine settings, where if you select this, you would need to manually enter the name, width and height, and manually add the post processor, which you can do by selecting the Add Remove option here, which will give you a full list of the post processors available to add. Please note you would not be able to add a custom post processor that you have edited yourself to EasyCarve, as you can only add post processors that are on our system. So now that I've selected the correct information for the machine we are going to use, I'm going to click Save, and you can now see that the 2 trees CNC machine has been added to our machine list. And again, we can click on this option here to edit the machine if we ever need to go back in and edit, and this option will delete the machine if we are no longer using it. So now we can use this option to go back to the first page that we saw. So the next option we're going to look at is the Manage Materials option here. So if we select this, we can see here that we have a list of the different materials we have added to EasyCarve. Now there are a few different options here. We can add a new material, we can copy an existing material, or delete a material from the list. So if we click the Add Material option here, you can see here that we have a list of pre-entered materials that we can select from. If the material you are using isn't in this list, you can select the Custom option here, which will then allow you to type in the material name. But for this, I'm going to click the oak option here, and then I can just select Add Material. And as you can see, we now have the oak material listed in the material list. So now if we go back again to the original page we were on, we can see that the next option we have is the Manage Tools option. So now I'm going to select this option. You can see here when selecting the Manage Tool option, we get our tool database. And you can see here we have a drop down menu for our machines and for our material. And we also have the option in the top right corner to add additional tools. So we can either use the Add Default option here. This will give you a list of some default tools that you might want to add. And then if you click the Add Tool option here, this gives you more custom options to enter in a tool if it is not in that Add Tool option. So here you can see a drop down for tool type. So you can select the type of tool you are trying to add. You can enter the diameter here. You can enter the tool name and any notes. So now if I go back into the tool database list, I'm going to add an 1/8 inch end mill to EasyCarve. So I'm going to select this option here and then select the Add Selected. Now, as you can see, this tool is currently grayed out and also has this red exclamation mark next to it. If you see a tool in the tool list that is grayed out, this means that there's no settings for this tool with the machine and material selected. So you can then go into the edit option here and we can add the feeds and speeds for it. So if we select the add feeds and speeds, we can then select the machine and material that we want to add the feeds and speeds for. So for example, if we go and select the 2 trees machine, and again the material we want to add this for, so I'm going to select softwood, and here we can set the pass depth of the tool, the step over of the tool, spindle speed, feed rate and plunge rate, and then we can add the entry. So now if we go back into the tool database, we can still see that it's grayed out for this machine and material because this wasn't the machine or material we just added the feeds and speeds for. But if we were to select the 2 trees machine and the softwood material option, we can now see that this tool is no longer grayed out as it has the settings we just added. And again, if you need to use any of the other tools listed here for this new machine and material we are going to use, we can just click on the edit option, add feeds and speeds, select the machine again, select the material, and again go through the settings here. And again, I'm still happy with this, so I'm going to click add entry, and we go back and again select these materials again. You can now see that this tool also now has settings for this machine and material. Please note, if you do forget to add settings for the tool before creating the tool paths, there is an option to add the tool settings and feeds and speeds when creating tool paths. Also, please be aware the tool database in the EasyCarve software cannot be shared with any other Vectric product, and you would also not be able to import your tool database from another Vectric product into EasyCarve. So now I'm going to go back again to the first page, and there is one more option available on this page, which is the rapid clearance gap. And here you can enter the rapid clearance gap you want on the toolpaths, which is the distance the tool will raise above the material surface when moving in between cuts. I hope you have found this tutorial video helpful, which has gone through setting up the machine, material and tool database in EasyCarve.